What up, y'all? It's Kid Forward Fabian. I'm back again with a video, and I'm doing Unraveling the Scriptures, the origin of African people according to the Bible. Dropped 2 months ago, already over 1 million views, man. Wow. So I've done a couple videos in my interesting stuff playlist according to Africa, but this one's a little bit more particular to the Bible. I don't know what blasphemy they gonna have in this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a physicist. We gonna double check the verses. We gonna double check the books. You know, but comment down below. Let me know y'all's thoughts on this thus far, what y'all think. If you have any additional recommendations for content, comment down below. This is a reaction channel, man. I do offer different forms of content. If you have recommendations, comment. If you're new to the channel, check out the playlist page to get familiar with all the different forms of content I drop. And yeah, let's get into the video, man. Let's get into that videos.
Welcome to the Fun Facts of Mythology channel. Black peoples, one of the largest ethnic groups in the world, have a rich history that is documented even in the Holy Scriptures. Surprisingly, the Bible talks about the origins of the African people, including their melanin kings and queens.
Melanins.
In this video, you will discover fun facts about the biblical ancestors of Black and African peoples. Please leave your like, comments and subscribe to the channel. According to the Holy Scriptures, all current peoples are descendants of Noah's 3 sons, Shem, Cam and Japheth. This also applies to Black people and other ethnic groups with dark skin, whose Hamite lineage originates from Ham, one of Noah's sons. Ham is the brother of Shem and Japheth, who respectively represent the Semitic peoples, Arabs, Jews, Syrians, etc., and the Putites, Europeans and Asians. The term Hamites, or Amid, originally.
When it comes to performance marketing, Taboola delivers like
Wrong
no
timing,
other
my
platform.
boy. Wrong
Advertising
timing.
on social platforms only got us so far. As we grew,
referred to people descended from Khan or Rami, one of Noah's sons, according to the Bible. According to the book of Genesis, after the flood, Noah and his 3 sons were charged with continuing the lineage of Adam and his father's descent. With just 8 people, Noah, his wife, their 3 sons and their 3 daughters-in-law, humanity needed to start over. Ham, son of Noah, is recognized as the ancestor of African and Black peoples. In the Bible, his name is always associated with Africa and, in fact, the Book of Psalms places him as the ancestor of the ancient Egyptians. It is interesting to note that in antiquity, rabbinical traditions, ancient tales of the Jewish people and other ancient traditions always identified Ham as the ancestor of African peoples. Furthermore, all interpretations of Ham's children point to African countries and regions of Africa and African peoples. It is curious that the name Ham itself, in Hebrew, Aramaic and other ancient languages, means burned or dark, in reference to the.
A lot of good information so far. Keep up with, like, what I'm keeping up with is a lot of the symbolism, man. When you go back to, like, ancient culture, a lot of things are very symbolic. It's not really up front and just given. You got to really tie certain things together. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't thinking outside the box, you ain't really going to catch it. Nowadays, people think so simplistic, and things are so simplistic because we live in a world of ease. People don't like to decipher. People don't like to look deep into context anymore. They want it up front.
Skin tone of his descendants.
Use the noggin, G.
In chapter 10 of the book of Genesis, between verses 6 and 14, it is possible to obtain more information about the lineage of Ham, also known as the Hamite peoples. The text presents Ham's descendants, Kush, father of several African peoples, and Mizraim, father of the ancient Egyptians. It is important to mention that Arabs, Jews, Syrians and other peoples refer to Egypt as Mitraim, in reference to its originator. Other sons of Ham are Put, also known as Phut, and Canaan, who is the father of the Canaanites, not the Africans. It is essential to understand that Canaan represents a distinct region and people. The sons of Kush include Havilah, Sabta, Sabteka, Rama, Sheba, and Nimrod. At the beginning of his reign, Babel, among other cities, were part of his domain. Nimrod, who was an ancestor of the native peoples of ancient Babylon, the Sumerians, left for Assyria, where he founded 2 or 3 cities. Furthermore, Mizrahi was the ancestor of the Luddites, who are North African peoples such as the Anamites, Lehabis, Naphtuites, Patricites, and Casuites. From these descended the Philistines and pickpockets. Ham's firstborn son, Mizrahi, gave rise to many nations and peoples, including the people of Ethiopia. All Ethiopians are descended from Kush, as are the people of Nubia, also known in antiquity.
Man, the mysteries of Africa, man, there's just so much to know about, like, tribes and, you know, a lot of crossbreeding, so to speak. You know, a lot of people came together in different forms of facets, broke out different sets of lineage. Man, if you look at a family tree in Africa, I think that thing is endless, man. That's why we're people of Africa is the motherland, man. We're people of the world. And I'm not talking about we, I'm talking about everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really look at your family tree, you're probably going to have some type of lineage back to something you is going to be surprised to find out. Ancestry.com. A lot of people do that, like all those DNA things today, and I think they'd be interesting to find out. I wouldn't put it past anyone to try to figure it out. I'm not sure how accurate they are, but I think a lot of people turn out to be surprised to really understand their lineage, where they come from, stuff like that.
As the kingdom of Kush. These are the main nations and peoples. These peoples were spawned by Kush son of Ham, the first son of Ham. They are not limited to Kush and Nubia, including the kingdom of Kush, the kingdom of Nubia, and the ancient Sumerians. Nimrod, rebellious son of Kush, is considered the progenitor of the people of Sumeria. Furthermore, the peoples of South India, including those native to the region, are believed to be of Kush descent, as are many other Africans such as Malians, Eritreans, Kenyans, Congolese, and Bantus from Gabon.
Congolese.
The term Kenyans, as are many, including those native to the region, are believed to be of Kush descent, as are many other Africans such as Malians, Eritreans, Kenyans, Congolese, and Bantus from Gabon.
Kush descent.
The term Kush is often associated with Ethiopia, Sudan, and Africa in the Bible, and its literal meaning is Ethiopia, or black. Kush was also the father of Kano and Mitrain, or Mizrahi. Mizrahi is considered the ancestor of the ancient Egyptians and many North African peoples, including the Berbers and the dark-skinned Tuaregs. It is fascinating to note that all Semitic peoples, such as the Arameans, Arabs, and Israelites, refer to Egypt as Mizrahi. This designation is used in several ancient languages, such as Aramaic, Arabic, and Hebrew. In the Book of Psalms, chapter 78, verse 51, it is mentioned that he smote all the firstborn in Egypt, the firstfruits of manhood in the tents of Ham. Besides Mizrahi, Cam also had a son named Put or Fut. An interesting curiosity is that the name Put or Foot originates from the word that means landmark and is a reference to tribal hunters in Africa. Put is considered the father of the native black Libyans of Libya, as well as several other African peoples. Now, about the famous curse of Ham or curse of Canaan, many people in antiquity misinterpreted the curse of Ham or Canaan, described in the book of Genesis, chapter 9. The text says that after Noah got drunk, his son Ham did not help him and instead told the other brothers that his father was naked and drunk, in order to mock his father. But there is more than one interpretation of this text, but it is not the focus of the video. Noah placed a curse on one of the sons of Ham, specifically on Canaan. It seems like a lot of exaggeration on Noah's part, but at that time the relationship of respect towards the father was something almost sacred. Although Noah is apparently wrong to be drunk in this way, interpretations of these texts suggest that Noah would have gotten drunk accidentally because when growing grapes, an act that had never been done before, he would have accidentally discovered wine, and got drunk without knowing it, hence why God does not punish him. It is worth mentioning that Cam and his other 3 children, Kush, Mizrahi, and Put, are originally from African peoples. It is important to emphasize that the black peoples were not cursed, but Canaan, father of the Canaanites who inhabited the Middle East. It was he who received Noah's curse, not the African peoples. It is crucial to clarify that interpreting the biblical text as if African peoples had been cursed is a serious error and a false interpretation.
Of course.
The curse falls on Canaan, the ancestor of the Canaanite or Canaanite peoples.
Sick of hiring setters that barely book calls for your business? Use AI instead.
Of course.
We use 5 different
AI.
AI.
It would be flipped for that to be, you know, commonality, because as we know, segregation, you know, racial injustice does exist. You know what I'm saying?
We know that Cam is the ancestor of all African and South Indian peoples, and he lived a very long life. Because he was born before the flood, he enjoyed a much longer lifespan, being able to witness even the 5th and 6th generation of his family and ancestry. Interestingly, just as Shem lived to be approximately 600 years old, Ham also lived around that age, or even longer. Although there is no precise confirmation of how old he lived, as the biblical texts do not mention it, it is presumable that he reached the 600-year-old mark, like his brother. It is not known for sure where Cam's tomb is located, but according to some theories and studies, it may be in the Ethiopian region or even in Nubia. Others claim that he is buried in Mesopotamia, in the land of the Sumerians. However, many agree that Ham's tomb is in Africa, more precisely in Sudan or Ethiopia. Some even suggest that he could be buried in Egypt, which is quite intriguing and interesting, since Egypt is a country full of mysteries and people buried 3,000 or 4,000 years ago are constantly being discovered. The Book of Jubilee provides us with more information about Ham's old age and about events involving Noah's family and the 3 lineages, the lineage of Ham, the lineage of Shem, and the lineage of Japheth. This ancient Jewish manuscript, which was believed to be true in the time of Christ and even earlier, reports that Ham completely disapproved of his youngest son Canaan's decision to dwell in the land of Shem, which is now known as Israel. Cam did not agree with the attitude of his son Canaan to take those lands for himself. In the Book of Jubilees, it is reported that Kush and Mizrahi, brothers of Canaan, along with their father Ham, disapproved of Canaan's decision to dwell in the land of Shem, which is the region that today corresponds to Israel. Like Ham, they also show disapproval of Canaan's attitude. They go to Canaan and order him to leave that land, as they believe that African lands are reserved for the descendants of Ham. However, Canaan disobeys and continues to dwell in that land, completely ignoring the will of his father and his brothers, Mizrahi and Kush. The Book of Jubilees relates that Ham was the founder of the first city and the first province after the flood. He named the city after his dear wife, Nael Tamoak. Thank you to everyone who has watched so far. Please leave your like.
Makes one really try to investigate or wonder, you know, because there's a lot to really uncover, man. I mean, African history in general, as well as, you know, biblical mysteries. But this was just an intriguing video that caught my attention, you know, based off the title. Definitely feel like I'll definitely check out more of Unraveling the Scriptures. Comment down below, man, what y'all think? What y'all think? Who had did Ancestry.com and found out they was from Africa? I know some of y'all did. Let me know, man. But peace, love, prosperity. Everybody take care. God bless. We'll catch y'all in the next video, man. We out.